Hi there. Welcome once again. Thank you very much for giving me your positive feedback, your suggestions. I really value your suggestions and your feedback. And some of you have asked some questions, and I'm trying to answer them the best way I can. And by the way, it would be really great if you can share your problems as a teacher and ask some questions from me. That would really refine my research work and my coming up here and talking to you guys and giving you some more suggestions that would be really helpful in addressing your problems. I hope everyone is safe out there. You are really applying the precautions on yourself and your loved ones. You're locked down in your houses and you are not shaking hands, but you are washing your hands, okay? Keep social distances. So the hard time will be soon over, okay? And we should all pray to God for those who are really fighting out there for, to overcome this pandemic, especially the doctors, the nurses all over the world. They are trying their hard, and we must pray for those who have lost their lives, and we must pray for those who are still in the hospital trying to win this, win this battle of life and death. Coming back to the spoken English part, well, some of the friends have asked me about to share some activities and games which they can play with their children while they're at home, and especially the parents, how they can be helpful in working on improving these spoken English skills of their children, especially for those whose native language is not English. They have English as a second or third language. So I have tonight selected some of the really interesting and easy games which you can play at home without needing a lot of resources for them. So I will right away start showing the first one, that is the sentence race. So you need a spacious kind of a room, okay, where your living room most probably, where there's less furniture. So the game is that you will take some pieces of paper depending on the number of children you have. So if, for example, you have two kids, so you will take two papers and you will write the same word on top of each paper, and you will put the paper on one side of the room, and you will ask the kids to stand on the other side of the room that is opposite to that paper, and then you will say 1, 2, 3, go, and they will run towards the pieces of paper, and they will make a sentence of that word and then come back. And you will then be going there and seeing if they have made the right sentence. So one who has written the right sentence and came back first will win. So you will give 1 point. And this is so interesting games. Let me tell you, children will ask you to play again and again and again. And this is really very interesting. It will help their thinking skills, because when they're down there in a competition, they're thinking what to write. They're writing English structure of the sentence will improve, and their vocabulary will improve. Okay, so play this game, and when the schools reopen, you can play this game with your student as well. So the first one is the sentence race. The second one is really, really very interesting. And when I was a kid, my teachers used to play this game in the classroom. You can play it in the classroom. I have played with my students. It's really awesome. So what you will do is you can play like your family, and you can play, by the way, these games in your native language as well. And but do not forget to try them in English to improve their English communication skills. So you will take a piece of paper and you will make 4 columns on each paper and put the heading name, place, animal, thing. Name, place, animal, thing. Then you will give them a letter, for example, the letter M, and they have to make a name that starts with the letter M, they have to they have to write a place name that starts with the letter M, then an animal name that starts with the letter M, and then a thing that starts with the letter M. So for example, they write Mike for name, Mexico for place, monkey for animal, and Matt for thing. So I've done it. So anyone who raises hand, he or she will be the winner. So you can play with your children, and I would reckon if you can play, engaging the whole family, you can sit in your lounge and play this game with a piece of paper in each hand. It's really really interesting. The next one is very simple. Again, you can play with your children and you can play with your students when the school reopens. One problem I want to share with you is that a lot of things are out there, they're being told to the teachers during the workshops, during the training programs, but a very little percentage of these activities are really followed while the teachers go back to their classes. I don't know what happens there. They come to the blocks lay-by or the bifurcation of the text given from their offices, so they don't really find time or any room for doing these activities with the students. But let me tell you, you have to convince your offices that these are well tested and well researched games and activities. So please inculcate these in your children, and inculcate the habit of learning through playing and making it more interestingly. Okay, so add these things into your timetables and programs, especially for the parents. Okay, and for parents, I told you you can play at home with your children right now when you are looking for some engagements and some activities for your children. These are the best ones, and you can play it in your own language. That's not a problem. But do not forget to play them in English language, because we really want them to learn another language also. So the next one is really very easy. I'll make a word, and then you will make a word with the last letter which my word ends in. Okay, so for example, I am saying tiger. So the last letter is R. Yes, that's right. You are saying rat. Okay. T. T for table. E is the last letter. Yeah, that boy sitting there. E. Yup, elephant. So again, the T comes back to me. It's really, really an interesting game when you're sitting with the family. You can play this game, and it's always better to watch, the deadly stuff out there on the news, and making your children look into it all the time, 24/7. It's really constructive and positive to engage them in these games. So I'm sure that you will try all these games with your children if you're a parent, and with your students as well. God bless you. Share your problems with me, and do not forget to subscribe so that you can get the daily video. And by the way, I'm making a song in English on this coronavirus pandemic, and in the next video, I'll be sharing that song with you. Okay? Stay blessed, stay safe, stay at home for yourself, for your loved ones, for the whole world. Thank you very much. See you soon.